Hey trainers, Poke Dad here, along with the Dancing Bear at first base.
KK Sheriff went to it.
Great beast in his natural habitat.
Yep.
And real quick, this video is being brought to you by
Ink Gaming, your answer to all your customizable tabletop gaming needs.
They are. Check out the link in the description below, along with coupon code. And with that being said, let's dive into a little Portland meta forecast, what you should be ready for, and what maybe you should play. So, you ready, Dancing Bear?
Yes.
What do you want to start with?
The top one.
Portland Buzzwall. Let's dive into. We're not going to go card by card. You guys, gals, know what these cards do. They're awesome. The deck just gets better and expanded. One Baby Buzz, two of the big Diancie, one Lando for the different weakness. If you're not against Toad, he's good to go in with, especially against the Psychic decks. Same power as Buzz with the 30 and 30. Can easily one-shot Zork with all the right tools, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, definitely good stuff. We have the luxury of playing the Karina engine, being able to grab some of these tech items that we need at any time rather than hoping we draw into them. It's got the Max Elixir engine with 9. Then you got the Super Rod to shuffle them back in case you need to Beast Ring later. And with the Karina, you have the luxury of grabbing Beast Ring whenever you need it. This is a non-VS Seeker engine. It's proven. Andrew Mahone proved that, I'll just take my standard Buzzwall Lycanroc deck to expanded tournaments, and he did really well. So
Sort of standard.
So it's sort of standard. Still got the Scramble Switch aspect of choice here, not computer search, not dowsing machine. Scramble Switch to switch something into the active, put all the energy. It's nice to do that kind of play with Lycanroc out of nowhere, you know what I mean?
Yeah. With Dangerous Rogue.
Dangerous Rogue, and then he's powered up for a Dangerous Claw. So
Claw Slash?
it's also dangerous, the Claw Slash.
Yeah.
Seems good. Sudowoodo to try to keep Zork in check as best we can. Not 100%, but we do what we can. Nice fat Colress, because there are going to be Zork decks running rampant. So
Heavy supporter line.
got to, because
No VS Seeker.
you're already going to struggle against Espeon, or not Espeon, but Drampagar variants. So you do have to anticipate the Garbotoxin in combo. Deadly. So that's it for Buzz Lycanroc. Pretty standard stuff, I feel like, right, Dancing Bear?
Yeah, I think it's pretty good play with the Zork.
It's always a good play with Zork around. So we'll get to kind of your pick and my pick at the end. So let's just dive into the next deck. Now, these lists aren't 100%. It's just kind of what we put together, what we feel like would be consistent with what would win or what would be played. So, yeah. What do you want to hop into next? We got Trev, we got the Zork variants, we got Drampa.
How about Drampa?
All right, let's do Drampa.
To our surprise, it looks like Drampa deck.
Standard Drampa deck. Got the Garatina because Trev can mess you up. Trevenant is going to be around. I feel like it's a lower skill deck, and against I think Trev's a safe play if you want to make day 2. I don't think Trev will win against the really good Zork players, but I mean, against the medium tier players, if they don't know how to properly play against Trev, then Trev's going to do some damage. So definitely want to play the one Garatina to shut off the Trevenant break, and as well as Greninja. Greninja could mess this deck up too with the shadow stitching and stuff. So heavy Lele count because you are looking to Garbotoxin lock them and then use a supporter. So heavy Lele to set that up.
Heavy Parallel City for Zork decks.
Yeah, you gotta have it. It gets tough for them to fill their bench back up getting hit with a parallel, they have to. It kind of forces them to find their 2 rescue stretchers. So I feel like Garbotoxin plus parallel and then an in. Zark's done. Would you agree with that?
They also can't one-shot the Garbodor.
No.
With it in play.
No, I definitely feel like in Garbotoxin parallel, Zork has no way to fight through it without puzzles and stuff like that, right?
Right.
So, but Zork's got some tricks up their sleeve, so don't count them out yet. But got the tool drop just in case. It's always a decent option. 1 garbage collection, that may look weird, but this is your anti-Mildex, your Sylveons, your Wailords. This card just destroys it, believe it or not. They don't have an answer for garbage collection. And it does good against Sable Garb decks too. So, something to keep in mind. Play the at least 1 garbage collection, if not 2. We opted for the 3 tool drops. It just gives us another attacking option if needed. And then the 1 garbage. Aspect of choice here is computer search. You definitely can make an argument for dowsing machine. Lots of consistency with the 3 Ultra Ball, 2 Mysterious Treasure. 4 Choice Band, 4 Floats. Definitely looking to get Garbalock. Drampa, super good against Zoroark decks in combination with Parallel City. So this is really good. Energy count pretty standard. 4-1-4. Got the teammates. So looks good.
Yeah.
All right, let's move it on along to the next, which is Trev. All right, Trev gains some tools from the last expanded tournament in the form of Magical Swap Lele.
The S is weird on swap.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. Well spotted. Well spotted, dog.
Yes.
All right, so nothing new here. Winning formula. 2 Shamans, got the 1 Lele, computer search. 4-4-3, 1 Necrozma. In conjunction with DC Valley, got the 2 DCE for either Sky Return Loop or going with the Necrozma for Black Ray GX, and then Magical Swap to take a bunch of knockouts. Seems pretty good, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I thought about we thought about Espeon, right? Espeon EX.
Yeah.
But we felt like
just go Black Ray.
Just Black Ray and then move around to what we need rather than devolve that strategy. So, don't think that this auto wins Zoroark, because what they can do is stagger their bench. They can go turn 1 Zorua, right? Turn 2 evolve to Zoroark. Trade. Find their DCE, get stuff on the bench, and then they one-shot you. So, I mean, they don't have to overcommit anything, and they can stagger their bench like that. It doesn't take much to knock out Trev since he's weak to Dark. And the spicy tech is the Inniporter. You may be thinking, well, just Crushing Hammer or Enhanced Hammer it off, right? Not necessarily. The Zoroark decks are playing Special Charge and Dowsing Machine, so they can get their energies back, right? So let's just move the DCEs to something that's not really a threat.
Sudowoodo.
Like if they play Sudowoodo or something like that has a nice 100 health, just move all the DCE to Sudowoodo. And then it takes 3 spreads to knock out the Woodo, so
4.
3, 6, 9, 12. Okay, so 4 spreads. So that's what the Inniporter's there for, but Enhanced Hammer, if you go into panic mode and need to get rid of it, it's there. But otherwise, Inniporter, move the DC to a non-threat. You like that? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do too. Ultra consistent now with the Mysterious Treasure in conjunction with the Ultra Ball. 4 VS, got the 3 Rescue Stretchers to immediately get the Trevenants back into hand after they're knocked out, so you can just streamline them. Solid energy count, proven formula, 442. 4-dimension values, of course. And then heavier supporter line in case you're garbotoxin
Mirror match.
or mirror match. So now we're not predicting a lot of Toad, so that's why there's no Flare Grunt or Zerosic. Normally you would see me and the Dancing Bear playing at least one Flare Grunt, one Zerosic, right?
Yeah, so I like both.
But we've opted for a little more consistency, and since there's not going to be as much Toad, the Innaport or Enhanced Hammer. Because normally that would be, at this point, I would take out the 2 Enhanced Hammers for Zerosic Flare Grunt, right? So, if you're more comfortable playing that sort of style, or Toad, or the Mirror Match or something, then definitely -2 E-Hammers, plus Zerosic, plus Flare Grunt. So, that's Trevor. Anything else to add on it?
Nope.
Alrighty, moving right along to Zoro Eggs. I feel like this is pretty standard. The 1-tech Toad, Mewtwo, regular Mewtwo for the Buzzwole decks. They do perfect against those, right?
Right. I don't think there's anything special about this deck. You can find this deck list pretty much anywhere.
Got the Giratina. Like I said, there's going to be Trevenant running around. There's going to be possibly Greninja. I don't know why people would play Greninja, but just in case, Shadow Stitching messes you up pretty good. Widow for the Mirror Match, but it also could hinder if there's any sort of Bronzong or Eels or Malamar decks. So Widow could kind of slow them down just a touch. Something to think about there. 2 Shaman, 2 Lele, that's standard. A couple Battle Compressors to dump your eggs or supporters so you can use them with via Seeker. For Skyfield, you're going to be exploding with 8 on your bench so you can one-shot stuff with the Choice Band. Got the Zerosic, that's mainly for Mirror Match Toad decks, so you can get rid of that DCE. It's also helpful against Drampa Garb. You can get rid of the Floatstone. So for sure need to play some sort of answer besides Field Blower. And I could definitely see Dowsing Machine in this deck. I like this more aggressive with the computer search, but you could do Dowsing Machine to get back Rescue Stretcher or Special Charge or Field Blower. So I like either. Ranger is another good option against your Toad decks or Shadow Stitching. Going into a in the dark meta, because we haven't had an expanded tournament in 6-8 months, something like that.
I don't know how many.
So I mean, you don't really know what's going to be played, what you're going to see. So it's nice to have certain techs that can answer things. That way you just don't auto lose, right?
Right, like this deck has quite a decent amount of techs, like the Mewtwo's, the Seismic Toads, the Zerosic, Pokemon Ranger, and the Giratina. It's kind of open.
But it doesn't hurt the consistency, though. This deck does what it does. It's going to set up. It's going to be explosive. It's going to take big one-hit knockouts. Got the 3 Colress. So, I mean, you're going to be drawn anywhere from probably 12 to 16 cards. I mean, it's just got the Lysander to get out of the Trevlock. Same with Guzma. But yeah, I would definitely play Ranger and Zerosic and the 1 Field Blower. So, and then you could possibly play Dowsing Machine. So, that's another option. Anything else?
No.
Looks good. I like the deck. Let's move on. Zorogarb. Here it is, folks.
I like this.
Here it is. Here's some of the spice. And nothing nice. Looks similar to eggs. You'll notice this little pink thing. There's your clef key with the Wonder Lock. There's your Garblock right there, folks. And put it on your bench and it boosts the damage for Zoroark, right?
Okay.
So you're boosting damage, and if you need to Garblock, you attach to Garbotoxin, and then it goes into the discard pile, right?
Yeah.
Well, next turn you can put your second one on there, put it on there, and then you know what? Next thing you know, you got Rescue Stretcher right there, right? You can get them back. Do it again. Got Dowsing Machine to get the Rescue Stretcher back to keep going again and again and again. So, but we also have Bursting Balloons. This is extremely Theramon here. The Clef Key along with these.
My only problem with Clef Key is starting with it would suck.
Yeah, it's still one prize, though. I mean, it's not the worst starter. The worst starter would probably be Shaman or Lele, honestly.
At least Shaman, you can Sky Return.
Yeah. Got the Garbage Collection to get back DCEs or to get back Clef Keys. Anything like that, you know. Got the Pound, so if you do need to attack. No reason to play Tool Drop here. We don't play Dimension Valley or anything like that. And your opponent might be playing Dimension Valley, so that could be an option to change this to 1 Garbage and 2 Tool Drop. If you're expecting a lot of Drampa. In fact, I think I'm going to make that change. Now that I think about it. Sorry, folks. Let's change this over real quick. Sorry. I think about it, I like that better.
Which one?
I think there's going to be a lot of Dimension Valley, so we go with the 2 Tool Drop, 1 Garbage Collection.
Alright.
Then 2-2 split on that. Dowsing Machine, dowsing. Gotta have Dowsing Machine in this. I would not do Computer Search.
I agree with that.
Only 1 Float Stone, got the 2 Balloons, 2 Clef Keys. So you got 4 forms to hit the Garbalock. Still got the Skyfield to go explosive, to shut off the Woodos or whatever. Heavy Rescue Stretcher, like I said, to get everything back. 2 Bridges in case one's prized. 1 Guzma to get out of Trevlock if needed. Get out of Trevlock and then Garbotoxin. Seems pretty awesome. That's about it, right?
Yeah.
3 Psychics.
I like this deck because most of the expanded decks are running quite a lot of items.
You could take this several different ways. You could do more of a standard build where it runs like the 4 Float Stones and no Clef Key, no Balloon. But when you have access to Skyfield and Colrus, giving Zoroark an option to take big 1-hits, I think this is the route to go, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, got your 1 Foul Play.
Nasty plot.
Yeah, that's good stuff. It's a good answer to Buzzwole in this kind of deck. So if it does, or Landorus, you know, if they do their big attack, you can just copy it with a DC. That's solid. So, all right, that's. Gotta save. All right, let's save. There we go. All right. Lee. Okay, now let's get to the spice. Road 1.
Wow.
Here we go, folks. Night March. No Zoroark. Don't play Zoroark. It's better to play consistency without the puzzles. So, got your 4/4/4 Night Marchers. 1 Oranguru for draw. So if you get, you're gonna of course get in down to a low hand size. So you need the Oranguru. But interesting text. If you go first, then you just go full on battle compressor. You know, just do your normal Night March thing. But if you go second, battle compressor, dump the toad off, and then dump maybe 2 Lampets, and then get your Marshadow up and going, and then Quaking Punch, knocking out zeros and stuff. So that's the strategy behind. Go first, just full speed Night March. Go second, a little slower, more control with the toad, item lock them, and then you just go in hard with Night March late in the game.
Okay.
So that's the strategy behind it. Got the 1 special charge, 4 Trainer's Mail, 4 Acrobikes to dig, 2 Dimension Valleys. Pumpkaboo is not your preferred attacker unless you're against Buzzwall decks, that sort of stuff. And at that point, you don't want to be benching Joltix. But it'd probably be better going kind of with Toad. The Ranger, gotta have Ranger. Otherwise, you'll never get to play a DCE. 2 different forms to get out of Trevlock, Guzma, and Lysander. Trev can bother you, but with Trev not being able to item lock at the beginning of turn 1, then you should be fine. There's enough ways to dig with the 4 T-Mail and the 4 Acro. You're not gonna have a dead hand. It's gonna be explosive. Computer search. You could opt for Dowsing Machine here. I definitely could see that to get back a Choice Band or to get back the 1 Float Stone, something like that, or to get back Special Charge or the Counter Catcher. So, Counter Catcher is nice because, I mean, if you are against Buzzwall, they are going to take some knockouts on Joltik or Pumpkaboo fairly quick. So, Counter Catching something up pretty good.
I think something would be 1 more special charge because you really don't have a way to get them back, the DCEs, and you might accidentally discard it with the 4 Sycamore or the 4 Acrobike.
Yeah, I agree with that. Or you could just go Dowsing Machine here.
Sure.
And then that gets you back the other stuff. So, it's just your play style. Me, I'm always worried I never can get a DC when I need it. So I always play Computer Search in a deck like this.
I was feeling the Dowsing Machine.
If you're not worried about ever not having your Dimension Valley or your computer or your DCE when you need it, exactly when you need it, then play Dowsing Machine. But me, I'm conservative like that. 1 Democrat, 1 conservative. So there we go. All right.
Fighting Psychic.
The Dancing Bear Spice.
I like it.
Folks.
I like it a lot.
If you want to play a head turner or just a wow, really? I'm telling you. And if you think I'm crazy, copy the list, try it out. This just puts this deck way over the top.
The H is weird. What is Pokemon doing with the letters?
I don't know. This card makes Donphan so much better.
You know, it's already a good deck to begin
It's already good, but now all of a sudden you are hitting really well against the Drampa Garb decks.
One shot the Drampos.
You're destroying Zoroark decks with the Shrine.
And the Wobbuffet.
And Trev really doesn't bother you because you're Karina based. And they can't really one-shot you.
They can't.
So, you have 2 good matchups against the Zoroark decks. Drampa Garb is solid. Your Trev match is alright. I would say Trev is probably 50-50, but I think it's still winnable with this. Your Buzz Lycanroc deck, you are pretty solid against them because you're trading 1 for 2. I mean, you're doing massive damage against them. Mm-hmm. You know, against the Lycanrocs and then...
And they can't Bloodthirsty Eyes.
So, I mean, this is really good. What do you think?
I like it.
Got the Wob to shut off to slow down the Zoroark decks since you are stage 1 that's a little slower. than what they are. So you got the Wob to slow everything down. Got the Buzzwole that can easily one-shot Diancie. Think about it. All right, you got 40.
60. 80. 110. 120. 130.
So 130 on something that's not weak to fighting.
For 1 energy.
For 1 energy.
And then you can wreck them.
Just think about that. Remember how awesome Buzzwole, Baby Buzz is in Standard, because it's able to do... Remember, it was able to do with the Strong. It was able to do 50 and then...
170.
Yeah. Well, that's if it's sledgehammered at 4 prizes. But otherwise, it was doing Strong, they're 50, 70, and then 100. So, and then the Shriner punishments. So, you know, that there was some talk about the Buzz Shrine decks. I don't like those because they're not Karina based. This doesn't mind to get End and Garbotoxin. You have the Karina to get everything you need. So Drampa Garb is not going to be able to really slow this down and affect it with an N and all that. N Garbotoxin, you know?
Yeah.
It shuts off Wob and it shuts off Diancie. We're not ability reliant. We're just gonna spinning turn and send up a garbage Wobbuffet. Okay, knock out Wobbuffet with your Drampa or your Trash Lance. You know, we're not worried about it. So, I think this is solid. What do you think?
Always liked Donphan, so
It's in a better spot than it ever has been with the addition of Shriner Punishment.
really?
Because you had the other stadium, but it only does damage to EXs. I wish that they would errata it, but then that just puts Buzzwole and everything else way over the top. If you errata the stadium to hit GXs also. So before we had Brooklet Hill here, which you could maybe cut down on the shrine for Brooklet Hill, but
You have Karina and Nestball and all that.
yeah, you got the Nestball and Karina. That's why it's in there. You can grab 2 Phanpys with the Karina. So, yeah, this is good goods.
Doofus, you forgot an Aspect.
Yeah, see, it's that strong, and it doesn't even need an A-Spec, folks. I mean, so what do you? I think cut an Ultra Ball for an A-Spec.
Yeah.
See, now I don't even have Focus Sash. I mean, there's just not enough room for all these toys here. So what A-Spec do you want? Computer Surge?
Sure. That's always good.
Or Scramble Switch? Or...
No, not Scramble Switch.
I mean, honestly, you could go several different ways with this. You could add a 1/1 Lycanroc. You could add and then Scramble Switch into Dangerous Rogue and stuff like that. You could cut down on the Shrine of Punishment for Brooklet Hill.
Go with the Robo Substitute.
Focus Sash. I mean, there's so many different ways that this deck could go. It's in a really, really good spot. I like it.
I always like it.
Yeah, but I like it more than you always liking it.
I like it more than you.
I know, so how do you feel about it?
I like it.
He likes it. Alright, so...
You forgot to say.
It's killing me. Alright, so let's wrap this puppy up for Christmas here. Tell me what... Alright, first of all, what's going to be the most played decks?
Zork.
Yeah. Zork variants are going to be the most played, but what specific Zork variant?
I think Zork Giratina, Zork Eggs, and Zork, like the long Zork.
So like this version.
Yeah. What you got going on there?
Yep. I think this will be the most played, only because I don't think enough people have tested with the Zoro Garb version.
I like Zoro Garb. I think it's cool.
This is strong. This is the strongest Zoro Garb or Zoro variant. Sorry.
Hitting for 210 and then shutting them off of their abilities is really strong.
Yep. So, I think it's the strongest variant, but I think more people will play Zoro X.
I agree.
Second most played.
Buzz. I'll give it to it.
I agree. Second most played is going to be Buzzwole Lycanroc. Because, I mean, you can basically convert it from standard to expanded. You just need the scramble switch.
There's like 2, 4,
Colress.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
So a lot of people already have access to the cards. It switches over easily.
12.
So
13.
people are already comfortable with playing Buzz, Lycanroc decks. So
14, 15.
I think it'll be the second most played. Second most popular.
Yeah.
But I do not think it's a good play by any means.
Okay.
Okay, so with the two, so we've got the two most popular. Now, what do you feel like? You tell me what you think is the strongest, and then you tell me what you would play if we flew to Portland.
I think the strongest is Zoroark Garb.
So you think Zoroark Garb.
And that would be what I would play.
So you would play this?
For sure.
Okay. Fair enough.
If it was a smaller, like a city, I'd go for Dawn Fan.
Or a cup or something?
Yeah.
Okay. I agree that it's probably... I think it's the matchup-wise, I think it's probably the second strongest. Because Buzz can still give you problems. You know, we've tested that matchup a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It is not a for sure win just because you have the psychic attackers against Buzz Lycanroc, is it?
No.
And I don't know if I want to take an L to that, to the second most popular deck. You beat this Zoroark version, but you take an L to that. And then Trev might give you problems too.
I'm not sure how many people are actually going to play Trev.
You can be surprised. It's a fairly easy deck that people can just pick up and play. I think you're underestimating people's laziness to just grab a deck that screws over your opponent and just play it. I think you're underestimating that. I think you'll see Toad Garbodor decks.
And Greninja.
You see, I won't understand that, but
you screw over your opponent and yourself at the same time.
You screw over yourself more than your opponent. All right, so my pick for Portland is Grandpa Garb.
I thought you would.
Yes, I have a lot of miles with this deck from testing, and it has great answers to Buzzwole. It has great answer to all the Zoroark decks. It's built to get the lock and in plus parallel, and Zoroark is going to have a hell of a time dealing with that. Without puzzles, it is going to struggle to get Pokemon back onto the field. If you get paralleled, you've got to bounce the stadium. Think about it. Under lock. If let's say you're down to 2 prizes, I in you to 2. I Garbalock.
Draw 1 for turn.
Or I parallel, Garbalock, and in. So you now have 3 on your bench, 2 cards in your hand, and
3 cards. Draw per turn.
Okay, so you have 3 cards in your hand, 3 Pokemon on your bench. You better hope it's...
Field Blower.
Yeah, you're going to draw your 1 Field Blower. I don't think so.
That solves your problem right there. It gets rid of Parallel City and the floatstone.
You're going to draw your one field blower. I guess you could up your field blower count or play dowsing machine. That way you might get a second. But I just think about that, folks. I mean, and Night March is going to be a worse, so you have an easy answer with Oricorio too. I like that. Plus, I might get rid of your DCs with Righteous Edge. We didn't add that in there either.
But the Joltik still survive.
So, and it's ultra consistent with the Mysterious Treasure, Ultra Ball, Bridget.
Yeah, it is.
Teammates. So, that's not far-fetched. Oh, okay, I'll grab my Parallel and I'll grab my Floatstone for my Garbotoxin with teammates.
Yeah.
So, I like it. This is my pick to. It doesn't lose anything from the bans. It doesn't lose. It never really played Getsus. It doesn't really play Hex. So it doesn't lose anything from the bans. So inherently, by not losing anything, it gets stronger. It doesn't lose puzzle. Never, So the three things that it doesn't play Wally. So
yeah, I could see Wally just turn one Garbotoxin.
Yeah, whatever. There's no reason to do that because the strength of the deck is to end late game and then lock them. So this is my pick, and this is what I would play.
You go for it.
My second pick on what I would play would probably be either the Zorgarb or the Spice with the Dawn Fan. I hope someone plays this and wins.
Yes.
Because it has a really good shot. If they try it with the Shrine, with the numbers for just one energy on spinning turn.
And they can't really run away.
It's not affected by Drampagarb, the Zorak variants, Buzzwole, Lycanroc. You take 4 really good matchups to probably the 4 most popular decks. I don't know. Play it, folks. Let us know how you do. But that's it for Portland Meta Forecast. Hopefully it didn't take too long, but hopefully there's a lot of information. Trying to get out there on what we think are going to be top-tier decks in an unknown forecast. You're going to see Bronzong decks. You're going to see Malamar decks. You're going to see, and where does Malamar fall in all this?
I don't know.
I'm
not a fan of Malamar.
I don't like Malamar in Expanded because the standard Malamar decks, remember, it always lost or struggled to deal with Parallel, right?
Yeah, and then people are just going to run more Parallel.
There's going to be Parallel in decks and Expanded, so if you dodge those, you might be all right, but I don't know. There's a lot of Parallel in Expanded, so I don't like, and for that same reason, I don't like the Bronzong decks. I don't like the Eel decks. And not to mention, there's going to be a lot of Zorogarb. At One Worlds, the deck easily transforms into Expanded. There's going to be a lot of Drampa decks. So anything that's heavily ability dependent, I don't like. Other than Zorak, who can play Parallel, or they can dig fast enough for answers to the ability lock.
Yeah.
So just eliminate all the energy from the discard to the bench or whatever. So just eliminate those 3 decks. I don't like Malamar. I don't like Bronzong or Eels. So, is there anything else? Blastoise, heavily ability dependent. In the past, Trev would give you a lot of problems because they could get the turn 1 lock, but now you can just steamroll.
One Keldeo deals with the whole thing, or one Palkia.
One Palkia just runs Rough Shop all over Trev.
And if you even run Rough Seas, easy money.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, let's think about that Blastoise. How do you think that matchup is against Buzz? Buzz Lycanroc.
I mean, you can one-shot them.
Yeah, but they can one-shot you pretty easily. The Keldeo's 170 is a squishy 170, and the Palkia is just 180. And then they have the Beast Ring. They have Karina to get the Beast Ring as needed.
I don't know.
I think that's 50-50, and then you had the Lycanroc to bring up the Blastoise. So if they knock out the Keldeo and then the Blastoise, I don't know. I think that matchup's 50-50, right?
Yeah.
Drampigarb, I think Drampigarb wrecks it.
What?
Yeah. Because look how many items they play. So you're going to Trash Lance for a knockout, no matter what. And then you can lock them with the Garbotoxin, so they can't use Blastoise. They don't play Field Blower or anything like that. Or one Field Blower, if that.
Okay. Because they can just Drampa Berserk.
Drampigarb destroys them. And for that same reason, Zorogarb destroys them. Because they can just Trash Lance. And then they can ability lock. For the same reason why I like Drampigarb, I like Zorogarb.
And regular Zork can just hit for 210.
Yeah. Yeah. It's easier DCE versus 8 water energy or something like that.
That's only 160.
Plus choice band. So 9 waters. So I mean, and then Trev, I think it runs over Trev. But I think it struggles against the Zork decks.
8 waters.
I think I'll give it beats Buzz.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll give it beats Buzz, it beats Trev. But I'm not going to give it, I don't think it beats Night March. I don't think it would beat Donphan.
Well, Night March, you have the Articuno.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. It could beat, I think Night March is close. It could beat Night March, but I don't know how much Night March there's going to be. There's going to be some Night March, but alright. So, anything else we need to cover that people might see? Sable Garb.
I was going to say Yellow Monkey, but kind of already went over.
We're not Lost Thunder.
Oh.
That's November, nerd.
Oops.
Get off the Lost Thunder. We're talking like next weekend, this weekend.
No.
Yep. So Lost Thunder's not legal. So
never mind then.
So is there anything else? Sable Garb. Can see a couple of those.
Run Faba.
Not legal yet. So is there anything else we missed or didn't cover?
I think we went over it pretty good.
Alright. So that's all we got, folks. Play Drampigarb or play Zorogarb, right?
Yeah. Bold strategy.
Those are our 2 picks. And stay excellent to each other.
And party on, dudes.